What's up? It's Friday. Time to hear from you and maybe give some extra thoughts on some of the news going on in WWE. But let's dive into the mailbag, and you guys can participate. If you're new, you can participate by sending me an email at mailbag@wwepodcast.com. And towards the end of this video, I'm going to talk about the response I've received regarding the comments I had about Jacob Fatu. You're not going to want to miss that. Yeah, quite interesting to say the least regarding the reaction I've gotten. Now, let's get into your emails, though. That's what we're here for. And we're going to start with, let's see, Joey. Why not, Joey? Your scenario with Michael Cole. Okay, number 4. You and Michael Cole decide to take a camping trip in the woods. You have no choice but to stay the whole weekend. What kind of things would you do? Swim, get drunk, roast marshmallows? This legitimately would sound fun, and I, for one, would love to join you guys and we can all have bonfires and beers. Well, I mean, you can't go wrong with bonfires and beers. It just goes hand in hand. And if you're out camping, getting drunk, sitting by a fire, it's just part of a requirement of the human experience. I mean, everybody should do that at least once in their life, if not regularly, if you can. What I would do, I mean, man, that's beyond getting drunk and lighting fires. I mean, I'd love to kayak if I could, or whitewater raft. Nothing. I mean, well, I don't want to kill myself, but something kind of mildly risky. I would probably go for a walk. If there's any trails up to mountain summits, I would do that. I mean, I really would. This is true. The good thing is I'm not trapped in a house like some of your other examples, and we could actually find things to do, and I wouldn't feel so confined. Keep in mind, there's animals in the woods, and they're all friendly. Would you cuddle a moose, bear, or even a skunk? Keep in mind, they're all friendly. I love these scenarios series. Your reactions make them the best shit ever, and I'm laughing my ass off at the gas station. My boss has been on holidays, so I put your podcast on the whole gas station here, and one customer recently thought I was listening to Patrick Warburton, the guy who plays as Joe from Family Guy. And for a joke, I said, nah, I'm listening to Michael Cole from WWE. Yes, that's exactly right. I can certainly pass for Joe Swanson. Yes, he's my doppelganger, no doubt about it. I've actually never heard that before. Just like I've never heard that Michael Cole and I sound the same. Never heard that before either. And if you are in the gas station listening to this, well, thank you for listening for the few minutes that you're in the gas station. And don't forget to give your guy Joey some love at the counter. All right. As for a joke, I said, nah, I'm listening. Oh, whoops, I already read that. I'm curious, though. Do you ever actually go camping? Me and my dad take trips to Canada, to the French River. Beautiful up there. I recommend looking it up. Much love. Keep up the great work on the pod. Thank you. And do I ever go camping? No, I really don't anymore. It's something I want to get back into now that I have kids. Well, actually, now that they're older, you don't want to go when they're young. That would be silly. But now that they're a little bit older and can actually understand it and have fun, that'd be something I would like to get back into, to be honest. But I also don't know if the wife would be up for it. Actually, truly camping in just a pitch tent with a zipper. I don't know. We've talked about campers and RVing and stuff like that. That would be a little bit more up my alley, especially with kids. But I'd love to. It's just time and money. The two things that are the most precious commodities right now for everybody. But also, what would I do? I didn't answer your question regarding the moose and the bear. Well, if they're all friendly, that's the big caveat. I would love to pet a moose. Again, in this alternate reality where they wouldn't stomp me to death, I would pet a moose. I'd love to maybe scratch a bear's belly. As we all do. That'd be probably it. I wouldn't really mess with the animals too much, even if they were harmless. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to hunting. Hunting is something that I've looked into recently too. And yeah. So yeah, they're friendly. And now I'm talking about shooting them dead in the woods. What kind of guy am I? Oh, goodness. This is a hell of a photo that you have. This one looks definitely more AI than the rest of yours because my face looks horrible and Michael Cole's head is too big for his body, but I appreciate it. And we're drinking Busch Light, only the finest. Good stuff, Joey. Thanks. All right. Well, you guys are big into AI here. We have Dylan, who wrote in and said, I hope you don't care about using AI, but man, I had to make this. So what it is, because obviously you can't see it, is a promotional poster, AI, of course, of myself that does not look like me at all, but it's like kind of close with my head up until like my eyes and nose and mouth. It's kind of me. And then it's Jacob Fatu. So there's this big promotional poster for Matt Matthewson and versus Jacob Fatu and Falls Count Anywhere. And it says WrestleMania and where legends are made. My finisher is the Matplex, and it's not even me doing the move. And Jacob doing the Samoan Spike finish on some random wrestler that the AI really screwed up the... I mean, the physics of this. Look at the... Okay, never mind. Nobody can see this except myself. But anyway, one night, one winner. Everyone is in the ring, or everywhere is the ring. Saturday, April 19th and Sunday, April 20th. Yes, Matt Matthewson. What an original name. All right. We'll talk more about Jacob Fatu in a few moments here at the end of the show. All right. Thoughts on SummerSlam from Wes. And he says, I wanted to share some thoughts on the week, including my reactions to SummerSlam Monday and what lies ahead for Friday. First, Liv retaining at SummerSlam was a huge shock. I was looking forward to seeing Io in another title reign since she's such a great wrestler. However, I can understand why WWE felt the need to legitimize Liv Morgan's reign as a face of the company, and I hope they have learned from past mistakes with talent like Bayley. It seems like rumors are true that they kept Liv out of title action to buy some time for Stephanie to get healthy and return. Personally, I am not excited about this. I think that story has run its course, and I don't really see the hype surrounding Stephanie. Honestly, I think Becky is going to be the saving grace of this story. Well, they've got Becky and Stephanie back, and yes, we've already done the Stephanie and Liv program, yes, but like you said, Becky is the somewhat new wrinkle here. She's got new music. She's back to being babyface. So she feels as fresh as Becky Lynch could possibly feel at this point in her career, even though she's done everything there is to do. I would not put the belt on Becky. I would not put the belt on Stephanie. If you're going to go with Liv and you had her have a monumental win over Io, where most people thought Io was going to win, then go with Liv. Don't drop the belt at the next PLE. That was a statement victory by WWE that they have more confidence in Liv than we did. And I think they're going to stick with it. Stephanie being back, I will say, also did not warrant the holy shit chants that we heard. We heard holy shit chants from Stephanie Vaquer returning. How low is the bar now that holy shit chants are happening for Stephanie Vaquer? No disrespect to Stephanie, but even she would say, hey, I've been here for a hot minute and I return after a few months and I get a holy shit chant. How piss poor is the product that a return from me warrants that chant? Now, the reaction she got was great, but I think holy shit chants should be reserved for actual holy shit moments. It's just how I feel about it. Not trying to disrespect her, but just calling it like it is here. But Becky Lynch will be the glue that holds this thing together. But Liv, to her own respect, is a star now. She's not somebody that needs a crutch to lean on for a promo. She has her own star power. She has her own kind of orbit. She doesn't need that rub from anybody, so to speak, anymore. So Liv is a star in her own right. Stephanie is the only one that really needs to continue to work with stars to get better. And Becky is the biggest star probably on Raw right now for the women's side of things. So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, whatever they do with it, is it a triple threat? Is it Stephanie versus Liv again? Is it Becky versus Liv? We'll see. I mean, Becky did say she's targeting Liv, so you would think that she's at least going to get a title shot at the next event, maybe Saturday night's main event, or they wait all the way until Money in the Bank. Because don't forget, Money in the Bank's not till October, guys. We have a long stretch before a true PLE, and I don't count Saturday night main event as a PLE. It's kind of a hybrid. All right. I also feel like Roxanne Perez will win the Money in the Bank contract to eventually betray and dethrone Liv. With that in mind, along with the drawn-out Judgment Day story, we'll probably see Liv holding the title until about the Rumble, if not WrestleMania. I don't know if I'd go that far. I wouldn't hate it, but based on their booking, it's unlikely. That's a long way away. I know it's August and the Rumble's in 5 months? That's a long way away. I mean, we're almost talking half a year. That's a long way away. I would think Liv drops it at Survivor Series if they have a title match then. I know half of Survivor Series now is just the stupid War Games, and I say it's stupid because the rules are stupid, and it's something that's contrived every year, that conveniently there's these two groups of 5 or 6 that are feuding at the same time just by happenstance. It should not be a match built into the PLE schedule, much like Hell in a Cell should not have been built in. And when it's taken away and brought back for a real reason, it feels so much more important. On top of the rules just being absolutely ridiculously stupid. The rules of the match doesn't really start until everyone's in the ring. Okay, so then what? Well, let's just wait till everyone gets in the ring and ring the bell. Well, no, they can still fight. Okay, but no one can get eliminated until the bell rings. And at that point, the odds are even. So what are we doing here? There's no such thing as an advantage. It's so stupid. It just is. But Roxanne, yes, I would concur with. I would say before 2026 is out, she will be turning on Liv. On the men's mid-card side, I'm glad to see Baron Corbin back and holding the U.S. title. I liked his comment in a recent interview and asked if he would keep the fur. He responded, "No, this thing needs a shave," and added, "I knew I needed to win when Trick disrespected the title like this. I'm definitely excited." Yes, there's no other way to describe what Trick did or what WWE did. Of course, WWE, not really Trick, but what the company did to the championship by putting fur on it. And you'd say the same thing about John Cena's spinner belt. And we've seen different variations as well. And you could say, well, Stone Cold had his smoking skull belt. Well, number one, that belt was actually legitimately badass. And he didn't take the old championship and throw it away. That still existed. He just wanted his own version, and it worked. And he was almost bigger than the business anyway. No, he was bigger than the business. He was a guy that was bigger than pro wrestling. He transcended the pro wrestling audience. So sure, he deserved his own kind of custom belt, but it wasn't a disrespect of the belt. It was an upgrade, and it really fit his personality in a way that was legitimized it. It wasn't something that was looked at as an accessory. Like you would look at Trick Williams and be like, what the fuck is he doing? It looks stupid. It was disrespectful. I'm on Baron Corbin's side in WWE. Well, I'm on whoever's side this was to take the belt off of him and give it to Corbin and get that goddamn fur off. As far as the women's title, I'm surprised to admit that I'm glad to see Chelsea as the interim champion. I have never really cared for her character, but recently I've been far less annoyed, and I'm curious to see how the ladder match will affect her friendship with Tiffany Stratton. It seems like they're setting up Tiffany, Chelsea, Charlotte, and Alexa when she returns, and whoever else to take the cage against Jade and company, with the addition of 2 others for War Games. Yeah, you can see it coming a mile away. I agree. And they just today, I think, put the tickets on sale for Survivor Series or pre-sale or whatever for Houston. So go and spend your hard-earned money. Take a second mortgage out on your house. The only thing with Chelsea, and I've seen other people talk about this, but I'm going to echo it because it's worth reiterating. Chelsea Green should not be called the interim champion. That diminishes what she is. She's the women's champion. So take interim out of it. You can't be half pregnant here. Either she's the women's champion or she's not. And you may say, well, she's the champion until Rhea returns. Well, wait a minute. She won the championship fair and square. There's no such thing as a interim women's championship title. There's just the women's championship. So what's the plan when Rhea returns? Now, we all know it's going to be Rhea, who didn't lose the belt, challenging Chelsea or whoever's holding it at that point to find out who the true champion is. Likely earliest at Survivor Series, but Rhea underwent knee surgery recently, so we'll see how long that keeps her out. It could be all the way to the Rumble. I just hate the interim bullshit. It should be taken away. They should just take that word out of Chelsea's accomplishment. And as far as Tiffany, I mean, I just don't care about Tiffany Stratton. She bores me. She annoys me, and not in a way that's heel way. It's just her as a person. She annoys me. So, and no, again, those of you that want to, that's heel heat. No, it's not heel heat. Heel heat is not when you are actually annoyed by someone and don't want to watch the product. Heel heat's when you want to see somebody get beat up. You want to see that person go through pain and agony, that character. That's heel heat. When it's real heat, you just want to change the channel. I don't know how people are ever confused by that. Because I've heard so many people say, well, no, that's exactly what they want. She's making you angry. Yeah, but I don't want to pay to see anyone beat her up. In fact, I don't want to watch the product when she's on it. See, that's the difference. All right. I'm really looking forward to Survivor Series. Even if we get some repeat stories, it has all the nostalgia of WCW Fall Brawl with the 2 rings used throughout, with War Games being the pinnacle, just like back in the 90s. Survivor Series is also the PLE where I first got into WWE after WCW collapsed, and it's where I returned again after a nearly 15-year hiatus, when my work friends reminded me of how much I loved professional wrestling. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on all of this. Keep up the good work. Peace and blessings, Wes. Thank you, Wes. And you sent that all from your iPhone. My goodness. I hope you spoke that. You didn't type it all. That's a lot of typing on your screen. All right. Continuing. One more email, and then we got a voicemail. This is, Christiana from DC. All right, cool. I believe you're new. Hope all is well. I'm glad to see Chelsea Green finally getting a title run, but I'm a little worried about how it may go. I feel like it'll be similar to Kofi's title run, where she'll have a good handful of title defenses, then face Rhea Ripley when she returns. Wouldn't mind that, but my only concern is Chelsea will get squashed, same way Brock did to Kofi, which leads me to my question. Which WWE title run would you rather have? Sami Zayn, where you finally get the big one but lose it after 9 days, in a good match, in a competitive match, or Kofi Kingston, where you keep it for several months and have it end in 7 seconds? Sami Zayn. Because Sami Zayn got screwed. All right, Sami Zayn got screwed out of that. It gave the fans a quick taste, but immediately it garners sympathy for now Sami, who was screwed out of it. And now you want to see, you feel that as a fan, you got cheated out of a real run with Sami. With Kofi, if you're champion that long, it's kind of like the fans know what you are, and then when the adults return, you just get squashed. I'd rather certainly be Sami Zayn. But do I think they'll do that to Chelsea? I hope not. I don't think so. Because Chelsea Green's been simmering in the background for a long time now, and she has a real, true connection with the fans. It would be foolish for WWE to do that. Foolish. Also, Rhea Ripley's not Brock Lesnar. Rhea Ripley's not Brock. And Chelsea Green, if they position her right over the next few months of title defenses, hopefully successfully, they make her look a little stronger than she used to be. Right? She was booked and defined as this kind of slip on a banana peel type of character that would just get lucky in victories. Now, I don't need Chelsea Green being dominant and squashing people. That would be ridiculous too. But give her some creative victories, maybe using different methods to win a match that are not cheating, but maybe a roll up, or using the opponent's own finish, or getting a count out victory legitimately. Things like that aren't cheating, but also don't make her look weak. With Sami Zayn, what was I going to say? The Brock Lesnar deal with Kofi Kingston, that's a whole different animal. I still find that very funny. I laugh every time I think of Brock Lesnar coming in and destroying Kofi Kingston in seconds. Because Kofi Kingston's run was embarrassing. He would take remember, he would take the championship, put pancakes behind the belt, just gyrating around, acting like a fucking moron. Remember all that? Yeah, Kofi Kingston was, and maybe when he was in the New Day, the single worst, most annoying character I've ever seen the company produce, purposefully or unpurposefully, inadvertently. Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate that from DC. All right. Let's go to a voicemail, and then I've got some closing comments about Jacob Fatu.
Oh, hey, Matt, it's Bevan here from Australia. Hope you can hear me all right. I'm actually at the airport. I'm waiting to board a flight. But saved the SummerSlam night one to watch while I've been here at the airport. So, I must say, you can't... I don't know, Nick Aldis's entrance was just epic. I'm a big Oasis fan, so when that music hit, I was like, oh yeah, baby. So you've got to give props to that guy. He looked the part. He didn't look out of what's the word I'm looking for? He made the part. He looked great. He was sharp. Sure, he made a few mistakes, but still, man, I enjoyed watching him. He just did the part. So we all knew he wasn't going to win, but geez, talk about taking a winning defeat. That guy was great, absolutely great. So that was probably my highlight of the night, to be honest. I just enjoyed it. Seeing Cody go down was great. So I'm interested to see now where CM Punk goes to next. Does Obafemi come for him? There's that question. And also the Hell in a Cell was good, except they hardly used the cell, in my opinion. I thought they could have used it more. But I enjoyed Brock tearing up the bloody canvas with all those sponsorship names on it. Now you even see them on the chairs they use. Good grief. What next? Are they going to put a bloody sponsor on the name of the... Well, they will. There's no doubt they're going to put a sponsor on the name of the cage, one day. It's just, you know what, it's BS. It's just, I don't like it. No one does. But yeah, enjoying SummerSlam. Get to watch the night 2 tonight once I've landed in where I'm going to work for the week. And looking forward to see Chad Gable get over. I'm sure it's his night. It's got to be. That man's done enough for me. He needs to be rewarded with this, and he's a great wrestler. It's going to be an epic match. I can't wait for that one. That's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most on night 2, just because I'm just a massive fan of his. So let's hope. Anyway, hope you're well. All is well and good on this side of the ocean. Can't complain. Happy, healthy family and kids and me. So yeah, just busy with life, but enjoying it. Take care, mate. Cheers. Bye.
Bevan, I'm glad you're doing well. Well, it sounds like you're busy. I couldn't hear you for about half your voicemail. I kept it because the second half I could understand, but the first part I didn't get a lot of, other than the Nick Aldis comments. And I will say that Nick Aldis, anytime he wants to come back and wrestle, I'm sure that it probably will happen. I'm all for it. Nick Aldis has a connection with the fans. He also is maybe even undisputedly one of the best general managers that the company's ever had. And they've had a lot, but he plays that role perfectly. He's believable. He has authority in his voice. He doesn't take shit. He's consistent. He delivers his lines well. He's a man's man. I really love what Nick Aldis has done with the GM role over the last 3 years. And Adam Pearce too. You know, Adam Pearce is a guy that at first I found extremely annoying on camera, and he evolved into a role that I really enjoy, and he's done a great job too. They have got their best 2 general managers, maybe in company history, if you care about such things. But Oasis, yeah, if you like Oasis, great entrance. And Chad Gable, I know you're mentioning that you're looking forward to it. Well, I think that match delivered. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the Penta Chad Gable matchup and the outcome of it, and what happened with the sponsorship there. And into your sponsorship complaints, here's the thing: you can complain, I can complain, the rest of the fan base can complain about the advertisements. But you know what they're going to say? If behind closed doors, they'll never reveal. If I'm the company, they would probably say this. They want to complain? Fuck the fans. Because you know what? They're still watching. They're still coming to the events to some degree, although that's being affected. Not by the advertisements, but ticket prices. But the people are still watching the PLEs. They're still subscribing. So they want to complain. Let them complain all they want. We're still getting paid and we're going to laugh all the way to the bank. That's what they're going to say. Because until you speak their language, which is dollar bills, they aren't going to pay attention, at least to the advertisement complaints. They have no respect. They've shown they have no respect. They put money over every other aspect of the presentation. They don't give a shit what they disrespect, what segment they interrupt, how often they interrupt your viewing experience. They don't give a shit because they're getting paid hand over fist by A&W Root Beer and Wheatley's Vodka and Slim Jim and whatever other fucking company they want to work with. While we're all sitting there annoyed as fans, they don't care because their metrics that they care about, which is money, until that's affected, they don't give a shit how much we complain. All right. Well, let's continue. And this leads me right into my next point. Jacob Fatu, I put out a video and I put it on my Patreon, and I also I put it on X. Many of you, if you're not on Patreon, didn't see it. I didn't put it on my regular feed because it was a video. And I talked about Jacob Fatu and how he recently went on a podcast and told the fans that are critical of the product and the in-ring, the in-ring presentations, whatever. Anytime fans complain about stuff, what Jacob Fatu said is basically that, well, let's see if you can take a punch from us, and let's set up a ring outside of every PLE and allow the fans to take a bump, but they don't deserve to take a bump. They don't deserve to be in the ring or whatever. Like, that's what he was saying. Essentially saying that until we've taken a bump and we have, that we have done what they do, that we can't speak negatively of them. Well, Jacob, I mean, fuck that. I mean, that's a stupid logic. In fact, get ready, guys. Here's the word that triggered everybody. And this may, for whatever reason, it's got some magical incantations about it. But that is a retarded logic. Then I said, Jacob Fatu, I said, maybe he's actually retarded. Now, I don't think he's clinically retarded, but his statements may prove otherwise. But he is attacking fans, saying that we can't really have an opinion or shouldn't, and we shouldn't even be given the time of day. We don't have the respect of anybody, and that we can't be taking bumps because we don't deserve them. Well, Jake, he's missing the point entirely, which is why I said he is really, really dumb. It's not about taking bumps. It's not about knowing or taking a punch. And by the way, Jacob, if you're doing your job correctly, anyone should be able to take a punch. It's professional wrestling, not MMA. So that in of itself is a really stupid statement. And I know some people are like, oh, use the R word. I don't understand certain words in this language that have this magical ability to get people offended on behalf of other people, as if I'm making fun of disabled people. In what way am I doing that? And if you want to take it that way, you know me, I don't give a shit. That's what you want to say. I don't care. Oh, you're racist. Yeah. Again, everybody, you should see some of the comments online. Of course, all of them are baseless. All of them are just personal attacks that have actually no rebuttal to my actual core argument, which of course is how a lot of people operate. They have no intellectual courage. They're all intellectual cowards, so they can't actually debate me on anything or debate the actual topic at hand. So they just go, oh, you're bald. What? Okay. Lots of people are. And what about that has anything to do with what I've talked about? So they, whatever. I could care less. I really just don't care. And I think it's because I said the R word. that it made people lose their minds over on the internet. And that's fine. So I put out an apology video. You guys should really go check it out. It's on X. I put out a very sincere, heartfelt apology to all of those that were offended by what I said. You should go, again, check me out on wrestling_audio. Search me out on X or Twitter, whatever you call it. But Jacob Fatu, more to the point, continues to show he is an intellectual moron. Because he says on one hand, he doesn't pay attention to the negativity online, but then also responds to it. Because that makes sense, right? That's what I would do to prove somebody wrong, that I say I don't do the thing that I'm actually doing right now. He is so stupid. Or he presents himself maybe dumber than he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't realize how stupid he's presenting himself as. That's probably more to the point. So, yeah, that's, if you want to see the full video and you want to maybe dogpile on the response, not everybody did, but a lot of people did, then head on over to X and, I don't know, create an anonymous account if you don't want me to know who you are, and attack me for, oh, you're bald. Oh, I've got an American flag shirt on, because all of those are relevant to my argument. Stupid. It's just so stupid. It just shows you how cowardly some of these people are. And people still coming back and saying, well, you wouldn't say that to his face. Actually, like, I would have no problem with that. Like, okay. Yeah, like, fine. You know why I would, if someone, now I wouldn't just, without prompting, I wouldn't just go up to him and in the street and be like, hey, you know what I think? I think you're retarded. I wouldn't say, no, I'm saying in a podcast format, if someone was to say, you know what, I want you to say it to his face, even if it's a sit down, okay, fine. Like, it wouldn't really make me look intelligent to just out of nowhere say it. But if that was a segment in the podcast, like, I would. You know why? Because the reaction would be very interesting. Nonetheless, I mean, it would just be very interesting to hear what he would say. Also, even in the unlikely scenario, he punches me in the face. Okay, great. You know what happens next? Do you want to know what happens next? Can you take a guess? You know who's going to win in the end? Not him. You know why? Because I will be a lot richer very quickly. And he will also be in jail. You see, that may make a lot of you feel good, but in the end, what do you think is actually going to happen in real life? That's not how the law works. So, sure. Okay, I actually would say it to his face, because I would win in the end if he physically attacked me. So, does anybody think beyond the shoes in front of them? Do you know what world we live in? You know, it's governed by laws, and there's penalties for breaking laws. Calling someone a name is not against the law. But whatever. All right. So anyway, I wanted to speak to that controversy. Many of you may not even be aware of that because I didn't put it on the feed. But check it out. It may interest you. And some of you may say, oh my God, well, he said retarded. I'm not going to listen to him anymore. He said that one magical word. Yeah, okay, sure. Right. All right. Anyway. Boy. It's been a fun show. All right, I'm going to go. Short and sweet show here tonight. I will be back on Sunday with your week in review, because SmackDown will be done by Amanda, who will be doing the show tomorrow. And then we'll be back on Sunday, as per usual, with our week in review. Talk soon.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.